Hey everyone, welcome back to Interesting. So in this SQL coffee shop case study, we are now working on pricing and product demand analysis. We are going to identify the least selling items in our menu and recommend whether each one should be removed or discounted or kept. This type of analysis is crucial for inventory optimization and pricing strategy in real world businesses. This is the final output of this query. It shows the name, ID, quantity sold, contribution, and a smart status recommendation like remove, discount, or keep. Also, a reason column that explains why we are suggesting that status. This result will help business managers take data-driven decisions on which product to promote, adjust, or retire. We will use two main tables for this query. One is menu item. This table contains item names, categories, and prices, and we'll be using only these columns. Okay, now orders table. This table logs how many times each item was ordered, when, and by whom. We'll be using only quantity and item ID from this table. We'll copy the previous query for the first four columns, which is item name, ID, quantity sold, and revenue contribution. To this query, we'll use a case statement to add two extra columns. One for action recommendation like removal, discount, keep, and the other for reasoning like low sales, high sales. Finally, sort the data by quantity and revenue to see lowest performance first. Okay, so now only we need to add two columns, right? One is status recommendation and the other is reason. Let's run this query to see what it returns. This query returns all the first four columns, right? Now we have to add the other two columns using case statement. Before we write those two columns, let me quickly explain the conditions we'll be using to evaluate each product. I'm using a custom logic based on quantity sold and revenue contribution to decide whether a product should be removed, discounted, or kept. These rules are not fixed, they are tailored to fix this specific case study. In real world scenarios, businesses can adjust these thresholds based on their own goals, market trends, or product strategies. So let's start adding both columns, status recommendation and reason. So first we will say case sum of quantity. If sum of quantity is less than 5, then remove, because there will be very low sales. Also, the second condition, when some quantity is less than equal to 10 and some order dot quantity and menu item dot item price, this would be revenue contribution, right? Is greater than 40, then discount, because this would be high prices items. You can adjust the condition based on your own business goals. Then discount. Now the third condition would be if when some quantity between 10 and 15, then discount, because this would be medium sales between 10 and 15. Also, the last condition would be when sum of quantity is greater than 15, then keep. Why? Because this would be high sales. Keep. Finally, end as the column name status recommendation. Let's run the query to see the column is edited or not. So there is error. Let's remove the comma and run again, and you can see the column is edited and it assigns a status recommendation to each row based on the conditions. Now the next column is reason. This will provide the reason behind the recommendation. like if it's a high priced item with low sales or just overall very low sales. We'll copy paste the same logic from status recommendation and just change the recommendation with reason. Okay, so copy the status recommendation and paste it here and just change removal to very low sales. And for the second condition, if quantity is less than equal to 10 and revenue is greater than 40, then it's high prices items. So we should label it high price items. Now the third condition, if the quantity is between 10 and 15, then it's medium sales. The reason would be medium sales. And lastly, if the quantity is greater than 15, then it's high sales. And change the name to reason. Now the query has been completed. Let's run it to see the output. Now remove the comma and run again. The output shows the exact output I have shown you earlier at the start of the query. So the status recommendation and reason have been added successfully and applied to each row. And finally the last step left to order it based on quantity sold and revenue contribution in ascending order. So the lowest quantity sold and revenue contribution rows will appear first. Let's run again to see the output. Now this version shows lowest quantity and revenue contribution rows first. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.